if we think of our primary money phrase is going to be your home page, you'll optimize your home page for that primary keyword. So figure out what your biggest product and service is that you're going to be offering, and then you put your keyword modifier in front, and that's what you optimize page 1 for, your home page. Then you have these pages, these second tier pages that I talked about, which are, your about, your services, your testimonials, those types of things. And what you want to do at that point is you'll think, what are my other big products and services? And even though the About Us page may not be to do with that particular product and service, I'll still optimize that page for that. So SEO experts might be one keyword that we've decided, yep, that's something that we want to go after. So it might be Melbourne SEO experts, and then I'll optimize the About page. I'll optimize the Contact Us page, because all of these pages, these top tier pages, they've become part of your top website navigation, so they're going to get most of the links from Google. So it's a good idea to have these primary phrases that you want to rank for as close to this home page as possible. And then the final one, which is just the third tier here, which is you build a blog, and then underneath that we'll start to post regular content, which is going to be all of these second tier or third tier type keywords, which will be a little bit, like dentist, Doncaster, those suburb type keywords, and I'd put those down there. So from a structure point of view, that's how we set it up. The last thing that I'll just talk about is a little bit with on-page optimization. Once you've identified, so if you're thinking to break it down into those steps, step 1, get clear on who your target market is. Step 2, identify what it is your biggest product and services is that they're targeting. Then you'll create your website, you'll assign those keywords to the pages on your website, and then you do the last thing, which is called on-page optimization. And on-page optimization is basically taking the keyword that we've identified and then making sure that we put it in the right places throughout the website. So when Google does come and crawl that website, it goes, oh, this website is about Melbourne dentists or Dentist South Yarra. And pretty much it's educating Google that, yes, this page is about the keyword that we're trying to optimize for. So you'll pick the keyword, and then all you have to do is you optimize. Every page should only be optimized for one keyword and maybe a couple of variations of that keyword. But you don't. Some people, I've seen them optimize and they'll try and go for 6 or 7 different keywords. If you do that, Google will just get confused and it won't know what it is that you're trying to optimize for. So get really clear, laser focused on what keywords you're going after, and then you might have some slight variations of that keyword. So Melbourne SEO. In fact, let's have a quick look. I'll head over here. View, page source, and I'll just go back to our home page. Now I hope I've done this right. Yeah.
While Dave's doing this, I might as well sort of give you some context. This is what Google reads on your website. It doesn't actually read the pretty pictures and all that sort of stuff. It reads the text behind it. So it's important that we'll sort of talk about this later throughout the day, is that it's these stuff here that the user doesn't necessarily see is what Google actually reads.
Yeah, so, and the idea, so for my website here on the homepage, the secondary keywords really are just variations of that primary phrase that I'm going after. So the primary phrase I'm going after is Melbourne SEO services, so that's front and center. Then my variations are SEO services, Melbourne search engine optimization. So you can see, really they're just variations on that primary, and that's the way that you should be looking at doing your keywords. Then you just want to make sure that you grab that keyword and you put it into the title tag, and I'll probably send out a little tutorial for you guys after this workshop where I can break down and actually maybe have a look at a web page and say, here's where the title tag goes, here's what a meta description is. But you take that keyword, you make sure the keyword's in the title tag, you make sure it's in the meta description, and the meta description is actually what appears in Google's search results. So when we have a look here, and we go Melbourne SEO services. So just here, this info here is your meta description. I don't know why it says save $129. That's a bit weird. But that info there is something that's really key. You want to make sure that you write that from a copywriting point of view, because when someone is searching on Google, this is all the information. Oh, that's not even me. I've gone too far down. Yeah, sorry, there we go. Yeah, that's right, number one. And so if you have a look here, like I lifted my mind outside, I dropped myself into the person searching, and I thought, what is it that they'd be looking for? They're going to be looking, number one, Melbourne SEO services. They've typed in Melbourne SEO services, so I want to give that to them front and centre straight away. And then, basically what I like to do is in the description, it's almost like an extra sales point. Want your website to be in position number one on Google? Of course, that's why they're looking for SEO services. So it's really important that you make sure that this is optimized, and then you also put the keyword in, make sure that you put the keyword in that meta description as well. Make sure that there's a minimum of 300 words on the page. Google likes to make sure that there's some content on there, and we talked about this the other night, the idea of so a lot of people when they first start building web pages, they might build it in completely Flash, but search engines can't read Flash. So you want to make sure that there's actual content, and by Flash I mean if I had a website that just had a video, Google can't read that video. So you want to make sure that you've got some content, some text that Google can read. Minimum of 300 words, and then the keyword density is just how many times does the keyword appear throughout the text on the page. You just don't want to have that keyword spammed in there. I don't want to say Melbourne SEO Services is the number one SEO firm. Melbourne SEO Services can get you the results that you need. Melbourne SEO Services, and it's not natural. And whenever I think of SEO, I always think usability as number one as well. You always want to think about the user, because that's in line with what Google thinks. Google wants to provide the user with the best experience. So when you create everything that you do, make sure that you create it with the user in mind, and then SEO comes second.